The festive season is here, and because the season involves a lot of eating out, indulgent eating, drinking, eating sweets and desserts, most people think of it as a rather unhealthy time of the year. I'm here to give you a few tips to tell you how you can actually enjoy this time of the year in the healthiest possible way. Tip number 1. When you leave home, whether it's for a party or a sit-down dinner at a restaurant, make sure you don't go out on an empty stomach. Especially at parties, because they serve food so late. When you're hungry, you kind of lose the rationality to choose the correct right food. So eat either a few eggs or have a handful of nuts with the soup before you step out, so you at least make the right choices when you're there. Tip number 2, don't begin your meal with a carb. I'm not suggesting you don't eat carbs, I'm suggesting you don't begin your meal with a carb. The problem with beginning with a carb is that you get that sugar and the insulin influx, and insulin is a fat storing hormone, which means you're going to pile on the fat and you don't want to pile on the kilos. So what you do is you dress these carbs, because they're called naked carbs, and you dress them up with protein and good fat. So you dress up the carb with, it could be a cheese platter sitting around or someone serving nuts or kebabs. You begin with that and then you eat whatever carb you want, whatever cereal you want, and it will not have nearly as much as detrimental effect at all, in fact. Third point. When you're eating dessert, and I say this to all my patients, forget the sugar. Sugar is the common denominator with all the desserts. Look at the other ingredients. Choose a dessert which has, again, you need to dress those carbs. So choose a dessert with protein and good fat, which means it could be a tiramisu if it's a Western dessert, or a creme brulee. And if it's an Indian dessert, most tastiest desserts are actually fat-driven. So there could be ras malai or rasgulla. Choose that over, say, a jalebi, which is just pure liquid sugar. And 4, as far as drinking is concerned, stay away from the liquid calories coming from carbs, which means don't use any tonic water as your mixer, no fruit juices, and stay away from those cocktails. Have your drinks, but just have it with water or with soda or Perrier, and you're good. Now that takes care of the food bit. As far as other lifestyle changes are concerned, don't forget that one night of sleep, and there are enough studies to show this, can actually increase the insulin, increase the cortisol, and not only make you gravitate towards unhealthy food the next day, it can also cause fat retention. So we don't want that. So sleep in maybe a few hours later if you have the capacity to do that. And intermittent fast, even for those who cannot do 16 hours, who are not used to it, that's fine. Do 12 hours, but do something at least so that you can get into the fat burning stage. And don't forget to exercise so that you burn those calories. Even if it's a few days a week, that's fine. If you include all these tips in your coming festive season, it will be a healthy and a happy and a prosperous one. Stay well.